Another day, another massive list of updates for the Garmin Edge 530 and the Garmin Edge 830. Now I thought I'd cover these ones because there is a big long list and it does indicate the Garmin are moving ahead in leaps and bounds with the maturity of the software of their new head units. So flipping between the two updates here for the Edge 530 and the 830, you can see here they are identical. In fact, the only difference is the wording of down here below, with implemented better user feedback to convey live track status versus improved live track reliability and added better user feedback to convey the live track status. So the same thing's just different wording for these two. So these updates to 4.1 are now live and should be available worldwide for everybody with these two units. Make sure you got them synced up to your Wi-Fi or via Bluetooth to your phone, and the updates should pop up. If not, load up Garmin Express and force that update over USB. So this massive shopping list of fixes, which is longer than your last ride, includes a ton of updates for Climb Pro, some updates for Forksight, a lot of mountain bike navigation stuff as well, but there's a few things I'll dig into here, which is why I wanted to do this video. One that I've encountered here, which is fixed an issue where the battery would not charge to 100%. I encountered that the other day when I had everything on the charge. Couldn't work out why the battery wouldn't go to 100%. Problem solved, that's a good thing. Minimum speed for sharp bend warnings. Now I did do a video a few weeks back on my common settings for the 530 or any other unit that's set up, and one of those was to turn off the sharp bend warnings, because you're on a bike, you're really not going that fast, and if you are going to hit a hairpin, you kind of know it's coming up anyway. So that's now been changed, you might not need to switch that off. Fixed an issue with erroneous FTP values. That's kind of handy if you're using these devices to train with those numbers, right down to that fine detail. An update to the FTP test they have on the head unit, plus also fixed incorrect automatic gear selection with DI2 shifters. Again, quite an important one if it wasn't getting those right. Another one here on the fix list was an issue where the DI2 battery empty was improperly reporting as e-bike battery low. Now, that'd be a bit awkward if your friends saw that pop up on your bike on the local bunch ride. Another important update that they've added to the 530 and the 830 is the radar tone selection. Now, why this is important, because those of us who have had the radar for a while were introduced to the unit with a single beep, and that's how we knew there was cars back. Garmin then changed that to a multi-tone beep without any ability to change it back. Now we can change it back to the single beep, happy days. We can go back to what we were used to in the past. And below the radar dot point there's a ton of other updates and fixes for usability, and the very last one, which I do like, improved overall device stability. That's quite important, because if it's not recorded and not on Strava, it didn't happen. All right, those updates are now available. Let's go and put them on these devices now and see which one updates fastest. These have both synced up via Wi-Fi, so they have the latest install ready to go. Okay, beeps, beeps, beeps. We've got install now and install now. So that's touchscreen and that's not touchscreen. So I'll need to go, I think I got them right. There we go. Race on. Okay, that updated the touchscreen, so there was a little bit more to it in that. I think these are pretty much one for one the same hardware. You saw that update process be almost identical in time. So now 4.1 on both of these. I will check on this one because it's easier to navigate through the screens here. We go to menu, settings, system, about, there we go. And over here it is system, about, software version 4.1. So there we go. And no updates are available. So buttons over here can be quicker to navigate if you know where you're going. Buttons are faster on the 530 than trying to navigate a touch screen. So yeah, when people ask which one's which, it really depends. It really depends on your use case. Touching the screen on this to change fields is good, but yeah, menu navigation when you know what's going on. Okay, one of the things I do want to check out is the radar alert tones that can be changed. I'm not quite sure which one I have the radar paired to, but we'll put the radar in test mode, which is there. Okay, cool. So Hopefully, we'll sit that running there backwards. I won't put it into the screen because that'll be quite annoying. So we'll put it in test mode. We'll have to go outdoors for this. Okay, and again, I'm not sure which one I've got that paired to. I should have checked. Sensors, I'll have the radar turned off. So we'll turn the radar on, hit connect, and we can, there we go, we can change. So it's in test mode at the moment. So we can change that alert, and that alert you hear there, which is that alert, is quite annoying. We can now go sensor details, alert settings, tones, back to single tone. That's the original tone that I was used to hearing. So back to single tone on here. Excellent. That's working. We are now good. And just to see if we can pair the radar to two devices at once, I know we can do it, but I'll just show you what that's about. So status, sensors, hasn't been added here. Add sensor, search all, radar, add sensor. There we go. The original, or the first message that pops up there when you first pair, saying pay attention to the road, etc. So by default, it's double beep. And we want to go sensor details, alert settings, single tone, and now they should be in unison when the next fake car comes past. Bingo. Okay, and how that looks out on the road if you have an activity taking place is like so. Here we go. Awesome, there we go. So the radar tones are now selectable in both the 530 and the 830. Happy days. And thank you, little radar, for doing your job. Bingo, radar disconnected. That's a handy little pop-up that shows up as well. If that ever goes flat out on the road or it is not connected for some way, even if it falls off your bike, you will get the radar disconnected alert so you can go back and collect your light. That's a handy little thing to have. So there we are, both devices updated now to 4.1 and hopefully a better user experience indoors and out on the road. People have been asking about the updates to the 1030, which will be receiving quite a few of the feature sets that these have on release. That's coming soon. So stay tuned to this channel. I'll cover those when they are released. All right, happy days, happy updating and happy riding. We'll see you soon.